Hey guys, this is Heather from healthyveganrecipes.net. So I have a treat for you today. We're going to be making a recipe from Carolyn Scott Hamilton's cookbook, The Healthy Voyager's Global Kitchen. I was talking about this on healthyeatingstartshere.com yesterday, so you can check out my thoughts on the cookbook in general. But today, Carolyn was nice enough to let me share a recipe with you guys. So we're going to be making a chunky sweet potato soup from Morocco, and this was the first recipe that I tried out of this book, and it's still hanging on as my favorite because it is so good. I mean, I have seen a lot of recipes for this basic idea of an African sweet potato peanut stew, but the flavors in this one are just amazing. It's really flavorful, and there's lots of awesome veggies in here, so it's really nutritious as well. So I'm going to show you how to make that right now. For those of you who want to skip ahead to the recipe, I'll post it over at healthyveganrecipes.net, and for sure go check out Carolyn's website as well, healthyvoyager.com. She's got lots of videos, travel tips, recipes, all kinds of good stuff over there. She's a vegan chef and a nutritionist as well, so it's always awesome to have other people to look for. So to start with, you want to get out your biggest soup pot because this recipe makes a nice big batch of soup that you can keep for leftovers and eat for a few days. It's pretty awesome. You also want to get some toasted peanuts, or I've dry toasted some sunflower seeds here. They work nicely as well. When you toast them, it brings out the flavor, so that's a nice thing to do. And then you're going to get started chopping some vegetables. We're going to do carrots, celery, and onions to start. Chop them up really small as you can, into a fine dice. Depending on where and when you buy your celery, it might be kind of bitter, and that can throw the taste off for some people. So if that's the case, just take the back, run your knife down the side, and you can take off the very outer bit. That's the most bitter part. You're still going to get lots of nutrients, and if you really dislike celery, you could sub some zucchini or something with a milder flavor in for that. Same thing with the carrots. If you have a really rough carrot like this one, you might want to just peel off the very outside to get rid of that slight bitterness. Alright, so once you get all that chopped up, then you can turn on the heat under your pot and get ready with some curry powder. I've got a mild curry powder because I don't like things too spicy, but if you do like things spicy, you can go for a hot curry powder. I'm going to toast this without any oil, although the recipe does call for using oil. You can do whatever you like. I just prefer to cook without any oil, but the oil does help concentrate the flavor of the spice and carry it through the soup. Toasting will bring out the flavor of the spices, but you want to make sure you keep them moving on the bottom of the pan so that they don't burn, because that doesn't taste very nice. Toss in your veggies, and I've got a little bit of water at the bottom there to keep things from burning. And then once you get these vegetables in there, they want to cook for a couple minutes, and while they're cooking, you can mince a couple cloves of garlic and peel and chop up a couple of sweet potatoes. Okay, so I've just tossed the sweet potato in there. Whenever you throw your vegetables into the pot, make sure to stir them around so they get coated with the curry powder. So when you put the sweet potatoes in there, you're also going to put in a can of diced tomatoes. Just toss that right in there along with some vegetable broth. Bring it to a boil and then put a lid on it and let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes until things are soft. Alright, so this has been simmering for about half an hour, and if you're thinking, man, that's a long time to make dinner, the great thing about this is you can just leave it on the stove and go do whatever else you want to do. I've just gone and had a workout and a shower in that time, so pretty awesome for multitasking. Also, if you're using a vegetable stock that doesn't have any salt in it, you're going to want to add a little bit of salt before you leave it to simmer, because that'll help the sweet potatoes soften up, which they are nice and soft right now. So I'm going to add the final ingredients, which are a little bit of salt, some black pepper, a little bit of cayenne powder, and this is very, very hot, so Carolyn has a 1/4 teaspoon listed, but I am not good with spicy stuff, so I'm just gonna put a pinch in there. And then we've got our toasted nuts, peanuts, or I'm using sunflower seeds, some coconut milk to make it beautifully creamy and tasty. Last but not least is some peanut butter. And to go with my sunflower seeds, I'm actually using sunflower seed butter. So stir that through and you'll see it get really nice and creamy. And then you want to taste it to make sure you have enough seasoning in there. It smells so awesome. All of my neighbors are going to be jealous tonight. So give it a little taste, again, to make sure all of the flavors are coming through properly. That tastes perfect. So what I'm gonna do is put the lid back on. You can serve this up right now if you want, or you can let it simmer longer, up to half an hour or even longer. The longer it sits, the more the flavors are gonna combine. You can even leave this to sit in a slow cooker for the day if you want to. Then whenever you're ready to serve, just ladle some into a bowl. You can top it off with some more roasted nuts or seeds. Look how gorgeous that is, and it tastes even better than it looks. So a big thank you to Carolyn for today's recipe from her cookbook, The Healthy Voyager's Global Kitchen. You can find it on Amazon, and you can also check out her site, healthyvoyager.com. I'll be posting this recipe over at healthyveganrecipes.net. So I hope you guys try it and love it as much as Phil and I do. I better go serve him some because he's been smelling this for half an hour now, and I think he's about ready to eat it. So thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.